And we're live. We're here.
Hi, everybody. So I am not in cosplay. I'm not even wearing makeup because I have an allergic reaction and I need to get it cleared before Phoenix Fan Fusion. So that's why I look like this. But Thermo looks great as usual.
I'm not wearing makeup either, but I don't wear makeup usually, except for like sometimes on the stream. But
You don't
usually
need to.
it's because let me tell you the secret, everyone. You cleanse twice a day, you moisturize like crazy, and you pray. That's it. And exfoliate at least twice a week.
That's good. I barely do anything. But it's weird because my face does not usually have like sensitivities. I never have sensitivity problems. So when we were in Havasu over Memorial Day weekend, I was like, oh, I forgot my makeup wipes, so I went to Walgreens, and I've never had problems with makeup wipes, but this has got to be it because I used it twice, and since I haven't been using them, it's gotten better.
Is it the ones that say they're micellar?
No, because I can use micellar.
Is it the little blue pack though, like the weird small blue pack of makeup wipes? All right,
No,
I'm gonna tell you all.
it said moisturizing.
I don't know what's going on, but I've got a makeup wipe from like Walgreens and one from CVS, right? And they're these little packets, like you open it and you pull one out and then you close it. And I have had reactions to both of them, but then I get the same makeup wipes from Tesso that have rose water in them, no reaction. And so I'm like, but they're the same company. Why?
Is Tesso and CVS the same company?
No, the maker of the wipes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That'd be crazy
so
if they
that's
were.
a little bit about what we're looking like. We're trying to like rest up and prepare and for
We don't want our faces to break out before we go put a lot of makeup on for con. And I just shaved yesterday and look at this stubble. That means I'm gonna have to shave every day until con, like full close razor shave.
Well, don't shave every day. Why don't you just let it grow and then shave
Because
like
so once you freshly shave a shaved head, for those of you who don't know, you get little bumps as the skin adjusts to being exposed to the air. And it's not razor bumps, it's just kind of for me, it could be because I do have eczema on my scalp. But as long as I shave it every day, it becomes so smooth and it looks so nice. And I mean, I could put makeup on this and most people probably wouldn't even notice, but I don't like the way it feels like trying to clean it out when it's like sandpaper. So I just do really close shave. It feels like sandpaper. You know what? If you guys run out of sandpaper, just here we could probably use my head a little bit, just right here.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. So there's
I had too much caffeine. You brought me on a stream and I've had caffeine twice today.
Bold DIY tip for the month. But we're kind of throwing it back like old school cost talk lifestyle. So, we had some schedule changes and I was like, hey, everyone's so busy. I mean, we're busy. I know Thermo's taking time out of preparations to do this with me too. But, we wanted to kind of like talk about our memories of Phoenix Comicon, Cactus Comicon, Fan Fusion, Fan Fest, blah, 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 blah. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to take it easy. I am still working like crazy. And I'm so happy that I'm not doing much at Phoenix Fan Fusion this year because as you'll see, we have done a ton, even collectively.
We're so excited to maybe actually enjoy the con.
Yeah, I am super excited to just like be an attendee and like do some panels. Like that's cool. So we're going to share, and I'm going to have to rely on Thermo to share it because I have very unreliable satellite internet. It's the only internet I can get. I wish I didn't have to get this internet and support it, but hey, it is what it is. So
what do you want me to, just let me know what you want me to share first.
Yeah, so we can start with the 2004. So for those of you that don't know, I can't remember. This photo might have been from 2003 or 2004.
The Cactus Con one.
I'm going to share the Phoenix New Times article here that I participated in last year, written by,
Benjamin Otherman? Or is it Gage? Huh? Was it Gage or Benjamin?
Benjamin. So Benjamin, he does a lot of cool coverage of events all over, geeky events all over the Valley. So I got to participate in that and I submitted some photos from, and he put 2003, which I think is right. Yes, I think so. even though I put 2004, but whatever. So it was called Phoenix Cactus Comicon, and I don't think that's the first one, but I'm not entirely sure. No, maybe, I don't know. So I did Phoenix Cactus Comicon. It was held at the Glendale Convention Center, and I don't even think that convention center exists anymore. I think it's because I know now the Renaissance has the Glendale Convention Center. But anyway, so it was held in a little space in the Glendale Convention Center. There's the Phoenix New Times article. You can see it's no longer called Phoenix Comic-Con. I wonder where that thing is. Like, did they just, is it someone's
Well,
library?
considering that Comic-Con is now copyrighted statement, they probably had to either destroy this or they just put it in their offices. They do have offices downtown.
I think I would hold on to it and just keep it like in my backyard or something.
I want it. If they're willing to get rid of it, I'll take it. It's cool.
Right? Yeah, so this article's still up. A lot of cool like throwbacks. Cons were obviously much, much smaller back then. There's me and my friend Luke as Vash, and cosplay was so rare in 2004 that him as Vash, like there wasn't as many that could like really emulate. And he usually has his hair spiked up, but this was just, we threw it together last minute. That's my Lum costume before I was like, I'm too cool to wear wigs. But yeah. So that was in 2003 in Glendale. So yeah, Phoenix Cactus Comicon, which I liked that they named it that, and I wish they had kept it that name. And there's another one. You can see it's like so empty, barely any cosplayers there at all. But you know, it was mostly comic based, of course, because that's how all the Comic Cons were back then. Very few cosplayers. We really didn't have that many events in general. We had another one called Anizona, which was more anime based, and that one only lasted a couple years, but they did get some big names to come through. They got Yoshitaka Amano, who is, you know, the original game character designer for the Final Fantasy series. And yeah, so what year is that one? 2011. So you can see it's already moved down to the Phoenix Convention Center. It's already looking pretty packed. I have a bunch of photos to share as well. Broken Gang, thanks for watching. We love us a little bit of Tina Belcher there. Which I did cosplay as Linda and did the Burgers family. But anyway, so we'll skip the 2004 picture because that I was going to share because that's already there. Thermo, you can pull up 2011. I think I did attend before then, but of course, like digital pictures were not as common. So I think I need to reach out to New Cosplay because a long time ago, I had hosted a Japanese fashion show and she was organizing it for Phoenix Cactus Comicon. And I can't remember what year that was. That might have been like 2006. But of course, no pictures. So this is the earliest from other than 2004 that I could find. And this is 2011. So hi, Anthony. Jinx, Juno has a Chun-Li skin during the Street Fighter collab. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, my God. I think I'm going to miss that. I need to get into Overwatch. But anyway, so as you can see, it's already kind of crowded here at 2011. Cosplay is really, really skyrocketing. A lot of people are cosplaying mostly, you know, in California and other places. So Phoenix Comic-Con was starting to get a lot of great interest from cosplayers. That's when I bought my Gunblade. So
it's on your wall. It's mounted on your wall.
Yeah, I was actually living overseas at the time, so I moved overseas in 2010, but I came home every year for Phoenix Comic-Con. So you can tell how big of a nerd I am. So yeah, I can't even remember if I knew who all these groups were, but back then I just had to take pictures of everything. And look how empty that hall is.
The hall's packed now.
It is so packed. Like, this is nuts. I don't, this is like the main hall, I think, and it's just like craziness. Yeah. And still very crowded escalators though.
Well, those escalators have always been like, because that's the main transit area.
There's only one major way to
the back, there are more escalators, but they're hidden and most people don't like to use them. They're my favorite. I don't care if I have to walk a little bit further. Nobody uses those ones.
So that one is, now we're moving into 2016, but I first want to go back. But I do want to share some of our passes. So I collect passes, and this one is from 2013. I don't think I have pictures from 2013. So that's the thing, is like, I don't have all these pictures, but I have this one. It's signed by the artist. And oh my God, who is the artist? I can't remember. Oh, Jordan Butler. So that one is 2013, signed by Jordan Butler. And then I also have a media pass. I don't remember how I got a media pass in 2013 because I was living overseas. And that one is also by Jordan Butler. So really cool. So that's 2013. And then I have what was the pictures? 2015 full event. So this is character art by Raven Cruz. Cool. Yep. See? So full event 2015. Now
My badges are not easily accessible right now.
Yeah, I know. I have all of mine in a box right now, so that's why it was easy to grab them all. But as you can see, it's primarily during the Memorial Day weekend. That's usually when they are hosting this. So 2016 is the next one I picked. What's this? Okay, so 2016, you can go ahead and pull up those pictures. I always collected badges from everybody that I like.
I love photos of con from 20 when it was because it was in 2014.
It's hard to say, right? Like it's like 11 years ago.
I think I have. Here we go. I think I've got old OG. Yeah,
Well,
I have like one photo. Just open the photo.
I mean, that's good. I think I got my first like smartphone in like 2011. I think before that I didn't have any smartphones. But my first experience, but I've been going to cons since like 1996. Like
yeah, so this is my I was telling Jinx that my first con was actually what did I say it was? It was 2012 when I went with my sister, and then in 2013 I sold comic books, and then by 2014 this is all go away stupid AI thing. No, I'm not using you Copilot. This is me and my very first costume I ever made. Obviously, I did not know what I was doing with the underclothing. I tried, but I made the armor and the leather bits, and I modified the
cosplay. It's
I modified my corset. That's the first costume I ever made.
Yeah.
And then that's my brother next to me.
He's like slouching down because he looks real little.
Well, yeah, he's leaning over. So I was wearing 3-inch heels, but my brother's 6'5", so yeah, he's leaning over. But that's I think the only photo I have. The other one that I have, I do have one more from Alvin Johnson. This is the first time I met him, and I didn't even realize who he was, which is.
But you knew him through Newt, yeah.
Yeah. So this is it's so tiny. But
wow, those lips, they pop out.
I know, but you can see, like, I did a lot of work. I still have this armor, and at some point I'm gonna find a way to use it in a different costume some way, but it's
and
just
what year was this?
2014.
2014.
Yeah, I think it was 2014.
I probably went in 2014 too, but like sometimes, if I was traveling home from overseas, I wasn't like doing cosplays or anything. I was just going for a day, to attend because it just was too much to be traveling that far distance with cosplay.
Yeah, I found one more, and this is from Geek Girl Chicago. That was in the waiting room for the there used to be an Easley's fashion show, and anybody could sign up, and it was my first time, so I was like, okay, I guess this is my first time. I was walking the hallway and they stopped me and they said, oh my gosh, are you going to be in our fashion show? And I'm like, what's a fashion show? And they're like, oh, well, you're a cosplayer, right? I'm like, well, this is my first time I've worn a costume. And they're like, you have to be at our fashion show. So they pulled me in, they got me signed up, and I won the fashion show. I didn't even know it was a competition. So that's how my cosplay journey started. But you can see I did not know how to sew vinyl or leather very well. There's all that rippling in the fabric, but that stuff was really difficult to work with.
I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be like that.
It wasn't, but that's okay. At least, sometimes that's a thing when you're a little baby crafter. There's sometimes that you're just gonna have to accept.
You just gotta own it.
Yeah,
Broken
you do.
King says, "LOL, what a beanstalk at 6'5".
Yeah.
You must be a friend of Ben's. But 2016, I think these were all done by the same artist. So this is Thursday's Pass. I should take these out because of the glare, but Thursday's Pass character art by Travis Hansen. Bean Leaf Press Travis Hansen. So I thought it was really cool that they would get like custom artists to do this. And that was like one of the last times I did celebrity meetups. The only other time was when I met Britt like last
You
year.
know what's funny is half the time I don't have to meet the celebrities. I just accidentally run into them at some point. We take a selfie. Like yeah.
So, but meeting the Walking Dead crew and getting their signatures was $60. $60 for all of that, and now it's like $60 just to get a selfie. You know,
I think it's $400 for the Lord of the Rings this weekend.
Ooh, well, if that's the whole group, I could understand. But if that was only for like one of them, then no, that's not cool. Yeah, so these are all by Travis Hansen. And then I also have an exhibitor badge from 2016. I don't remember how. Thermo disappeared. So there's an exhibitor badge. And this is I thought that was like
I need a tissue. I'll be right back.
So this is an exhibitor badge from 2016. And 2016 was that was the year that I was planning to move back to the States. So I'm there with my ex-husband, the only geeky shirt he had at the time. But yeah, we were both super, super into Walking Dead. Previously, I had met Steve Ewan, Glenn, when I was at San Diego, and I got him to sign something. I got these guys to sign the same poster, so that was really, really cool. And that same year, I did throw together last minute cosplay so that I could join my family in a little Ghibli group. So I was Arietti, my sister was Kiki, her niece, her daughter, my niece is
Nausicaa.
Yeah, right? Nausicaa. And then I made my cousin's No Face cosplay like that day before. Out of bed sheets, a pillowcase. I put a balloon on top of his head so that it would be like big. And so his eyes are actually, his eyes are actually through the mouth. And then he had coins. So, because he was like, I'm going to join at the last minute. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess we could throw this together really quickly. So it worked really well. And then, of course, I didn't have cosplay the whole time. So I just wore my Stormtrooper dress. That's the first Republic Stormtrooper dress. So some really cool cosplayers, 2016. Like, life was, cosplay life was good then. She was wearing the same Her Universe dress that I was. Little BB-8, super cute. And there we are again. My sugar cube is just a styrofoam cube.
Hey, I mean, that works.
And my needle is just a dowel that I sharpened at the end with like a styrofoam ball on the top. Kevin said, I met Michael Kudlitz in my Negan cosplay. He was so nice. Isn't that awful when you just think that this person is a bad person, but they're like the actor is nothing like their character? Sometimes it's so hard to like separate that. That's my brother and my niece. And and that's Chrissy Lynn. Chrissy Lynn came from California. I think she was a guest that year doing presentations. I know her from way back in my Generation Girls like web blog days. And then that's my other niece and nephew as Sheeta and Patsu from Castle in the Sky. Throwback to princesses. I think that Cinderella still does princesses. I think she's the owner of, I don't want to say the wrong one, but she's an owner of a princess company.
All right, we'll stop for 2016. Let me see what I have for 2016. I'm sure I have more photos in 2016. I have 2015 as well. I have, oh my gosh. Okay, so I went from attending 3 conventions in 2014 to attending, hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What the heck happened?
10
conventions. 10, yeah.
Phoenix conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Because I think I probably did like 2003 or 4, and then I probably did 1 or 2 more before 2011.
Oh, this was the year that we did our Borderlands group. So I actually have, this was the year that this is the first year that I competed with like a big group of people.
Your mom, right? It was the first time she cosplayed.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time. So it's my mom is Ellie, my brother as Wilhelm, my sister-in-law as oh my gosh, Mad Moxie, and then it's my brother's friend's son as
A
just
psycho.
one of the psychos. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just you know, and I was Nisha the Lawbringer. So they just got, I think it's just a lot of shots of us standing there. I think
That's like a
Lena might be
touch.
taking these photos. Like, I think Lena might be taking these photos. Um, because she was also in our group, and I'm not seeing her here. Let me see if I can
She was
find
tiny
here.
Tina.
She was okay. Here we go. Here's all of us together, and then let me share that. This is all of us together.
Cute. I really do want to do another Borderlands, but it's just like there's so many that I want to do,
And
and then
then yeah, because there's just a lot. I mean, there's just it's I think this was also I did oh yeah, okay, this is just a goofy, I have to show these photos. Hang on. This is just Lena and I being derpy because that's what we do best. Okay, so here we go. And then I don't even remember who's taking these photos for
what
us.
year is this?
This is 2015, I
That's
think.
outside the convention center, like walking towards the South Hall, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this
Huh.
is 2015. We were bored.
Bored at Phoenix Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Little did you know you were
Like
like busy every single minute. Broken
yeah.
King says, "What a great sidekick." She really is the best.
And then like for 2016, because we just went through 2016, right? Let me see if I can find my Comic-Con photos from 2016. Oh my gosh, I've got a lot more here. Um, I guess I can just.
If you're just joining us again, that's Thursday from 2016.
So here we go. We'll just share this. Can you see all of that? This is also, I think, when I started doing panels on my own, because 2014 I got invited to assist with a panel, and then by 2016 I was doing panels. I was doing panels before at other cons, but 2016 I think was the first time I did a panel at Fan Fusion, maybe,
So I
because
remember
before I
2016 was the first time I'd seen Sam as Yuri and Lena as
Mhm.
Kate, because I had also done a Yuri cosplay with my sister, so it really stood out. I was like, oh, cool, super old school. But you guys were posing for a picture when I was walking by, so I didn't say hi. And then I don't know how Sam found me online, but she did. And
I
that was when I
did.
was living in Dubai, and then asked to do an article with me for Fangirl Nation. So that's how we first met. So
I
that's
apparently
cute.
Lena went crazy on my Claymore. Lena took a lot of Claymore photos. I found the hidden photos, guys. I found everything.
Nice.
But this was also the year that we competed together as Yuri and Kay. And this is the year we met Stevie too.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that was this is
Yep,
all at Phoenix Fan Fusion too.
those pictures right there, I think, are by the uh, panel rooms, and that's where actually where
Yep.
I think I saw you guys posing. Yep, how funny.
This was also the year where I was really bad and I starved myself to get down to the weight I was at here, and I got in trouble with my doctor.
That girl.
Because I ended up being underweight. And then Lena did a Cry for Dawn, which was
Lena
really
should do
cool.
another Dawn. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's such an underrated like character, and she's got so many great looks.
I agree. It was cool, and I completely forgot I did Batgirl. Like
Oh, I've never seen
Batgirl,
this.
she's got a Batgirl. Yeah, I actually forgot about this.
I've never
So
seen that.
yeah, yeah, the things that you forget about and you find in your cosplay folder that has been hiding. That's what happens when you go down memory lane.
Maybe you need to
Let
do
me
some cleaning out there. So let's move on to
go back to
2017.
your. Yeah.
2017 full event. Oh, this is by, oh, it doesn't say who the artist is, although this looks similar to last year, the year before that. That looks very similar. That might be the same artist, which was, well, I don't want to say the artist if it's not, but, and then also I liked to collect the badges, right? So there's the child badge.
That was back when they used to just give you badges when they had extras so that you could take them home. They don't do that anymore. It's very
Yeah. Well,
sad.
no, this is from my niece.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah,
used to
and
do
then you
that
could.
though. If you had extras, they would give them to you at the end of the con,
Mhm.
and you could collect them. And I kind of miss
Now,
that.
2017 was an interesting year, guys, because that was the year that some crazy dude like loaded himself up with ammo and weapons and was out to get uh
Yeah, so that was the year that they asked me to hold my panel room for another half hour. They locked all the doors. The room where where he had the bag of guns was directly behind my panel room. And
and it was
so
the Green Ranger. I can never remember Jason, the Green Ranger.
the one that passed away.
Yeah, well, he passed away, but this guy was
Was
set on
gonna
killing
was
him,
going
and
to take
he
him
was a
out.
guest
Yeah.
almost every year at Phoenix Fan Fusion. So that happened on Thursday. So the first day, we were not attending till Friday. So me and my family, we were doing
Oh, so you
Overwatch.
missed on Thursday then. You completely missed the. Didn't I
I was
message you about that? I knew by then. I think I messaged you because
no, we didn't
you
really.
were gonna bring up the sniper, right?
I was
Yeah.
making my very first like sniper rifle, like my very first big prop. So I was like crying over it on Thursday. I was still finishing it up. And then maybe you did text me or something because somebody had said, "Oh, they're banning all props." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, because
Jason
I
David
think we
Frank.
were in a cosplay group together, and I messaged people saying, "Hey,
Yeah, maybe.
I was in a panel room. They just notified me that the props panel I'm doing tomorrow, I can't bring anything, so I'm making a quick PowerPoint. If you're gonna bring a prop, do not bring a prop. Anything that looks like a gun, anything that looks dangerous, don't bring it. If it's a
I
mask or
mean,
something attached to you, you're okay. But
look at our Overwatch group. We don't have anything. I didn't have my prop rifle. My sister even had the light gun that my cousin 3D printed. We had soldier's rifle. Diva's gun. Like McCree, my brother had printed his McCree gun. Like we had all these props ready, and we just were like, okay, well, whatever. We're not bringing it in. So, but this is my family. My sister doesn't play Overwatch, but at the time we were kind of doing like family groups and we were just choosing. Someone would choose a theme and then, whatever. But that's my little niece in her little like Halloween Diva Mecha that her dad made her. It was really cute.
it's so
I
cute.
was Widowmaker. My brother was McCree. His kids were Diva and Soldier. So yeah, this one was fun. Oh, and here's the Disney meetup. So this one is when I wore my first Moana cosplay that I made. And I met a lot of my now good friends here. So Liz is there. Liz is an ex-CTL member. She's moved
Sandra
on
and
to
Gabby
California
and
Anti-Fashion. Matt, yeah, Matt
so
Van
many
House in our
people.
crew. Some people there that I, still chat with. Sandra's there. So a lot of fun. This was really cool. And I just showed up, right? I was just like, oh, okay. And then Bros and Cons were doing such cool videos.
Okay, is that pretty loud for you, or can you guys not hear that?
I can hear it. It doesn't seem loud, but my volume's kind of low, but you can lower it.
Okay.
You think that you know me?
I might be in this too.
I think you are.
I think it was Batwoman or Batgirl.
I love their music videos. I wish they were still doing them. That's Penny. He's a Filipino guy. Huh. Matt and Prue. I helped them film this one. It was a lot of fun. So they were awesome. They would just go like a couple weeks before the event online and have people sign up, and they would do like time slots and films, and then they would put an awesome video together like really quick. Oh, there's my. Oh, this was from 2018. Yeah, this video is 2018.
Oh yeah, because this is when I was
Yep. Oh, I remember. I helped them match these two just for that video. It was so cute. We're now married. Awesome. This is my favorite scene. Well, I need to throw in there. Well, if I pull up their YouTube, it's going to slow down. But Bros and Cons, their YouTube channel, really, really awesome. So we moved into 2018. Yeah. What's my 2018?
Yeah, I think I can go to their YouTube. So
Oh, here's my 2018 badge. They didn't do badges that year. I was really bummed because they did bracelets instead, and I wore mine so loose so that I could take it off and on, because once you like tighten it, it doesn't go back to, it doesn't loosen up again. That I lost my first one and I had to like buy another one. Someone had an extra one for like,
so I found, I think this is the, I think this is 20, this might be 2016 though. I found and then there's for Bros and Cons, I was in this one. Let me show if I can share it. Work, share my screen. There. They would do little clips like this too.
Yes. They did like of the week, but I know they were so busy. Like they all had like full-time jobs too, so they weren't doing them as often.
Yeah, and that was right before they got rid of the gun ban. They banned any kind of prop or weapon, and so then the next year you can tell.
Oh, there was 20. Oh no, they didn't do a PF. Oh, FanFest.
They did a FanFest, yeah.
So FanFest is a smaller event that Phoenix was doing.
No, this was after. This was Comic-Con. This was when they had to.
No.
Yes. No, you're thinking. So this is after they had the war with San Diego.
No,
they temporarily.
No, it's not. I promise you. They were doing the smaller events in November.
Yeah, but that was not done at the convention center. It was done in a completely different location.
No, it wasn't the convention center.
No.
I promise you.
It was in Glendale. The FanFest was in Glendale.
No, it wasn't. No. Wait.
Yeah, it was in Glendale. This is the year that they took they recycled that name because they still owned it and they put it into the summer.
And go to FF 2017. FF is FanFest, because in 2017 when we did that Overwatch group, we wanted to redo our photos because we did group photos with King Cart Photography, and so she was like, oh, the lighting wasn't so good. I'd like to offer you guys photos again. So we said, okay, we'll wear it again to FanFest, which was in November. So they were doing like a second like event later in the year that was smaller. I think it was kind of like only but
that wasn't. I thought that was in Glendale still. Glendale. So hang on a second. Let me see. I actually have their history. Let me open their history real fast.
Yeah. So we that was the first time I went because I moved back to the States at the end of 2016. So Phoenix Fan Fusion 2017 was my first one when I moved back.
Let me see.
And then they did FanFest.
Here we go. So okay, they had in 2000. I'm just pulling it up. Oh my gosh, they've got so many. Okay, so 2016 was Phoenix Convention Center and it was Phoenix Comic-Con, and that was in June. And then 2017 was the Phoenix Convention Center, and they did call it FanFest. So 2017 was FanFest, and then 2018 it was renamed.
They didn't. No, look, this one says Phoenix Comic-Con. I'm telling you, FanFest was different, and then they reused that name after the
FanFest that I see here. It was. Oh, they had so they've had two. Okay, they've had. Wow, this is confusing. Okay.
Yeah, but they had two events.
No, I forgot about the one that they had on this. That's why. Okay, Wikipedia was just showing them as combined. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So this was. Oh, that's because the other ones were at the stadium in Glendale. In 2014 and 2015.
That I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm remembering it as being in Glendale. Is FanFest was originally out in Glendale, so that's why I was like, oh,
doing it as like a second.
They did move it to the convention center.
That's why they did use FanFest after the lawsuit, because they had used it before.
Yeah, so why did I guess they don't. I guess Bros and Cons didn't have a I guess they didn't have a Comic-Con video for this year because I'm trying to find it. I don't think they had one for that year. It was only FanFest.
So 2018, yeah, that's right. They only did FanFest because at FanFest I hooked up with Bros and Cons because I'd met them at Phoenix Comic-Con. And
see, guys, we don't even like. This is the sordid history of our main convention. It's so confusing. It's had so many name changes and rebrands, and it's like.
And they really were trying to do it with that smaller event, which I think that they could have. It just wasn't like marketed properly. It wasn't, you know, I think they were still trying too much. They were thinking still on too big of a scale.
Yeah, I think if they'd only secured like either the south or the west building instead of the north building, because the north building is very expensive to rent.
So,
Maybe it will still be around, but
so
I do know
that year
getting
FanFest was in the
hotel,
south building. So
yeah,
if you go to
getting
my
hotel
photo,
blocks. Let me see, but also getting hotel blocks in the winter is nearly impossible. Like it's
yeah.
bad.
So FF 2017
FF17
in the drive.
In the drive.
Yeah, those were from FanFest, and it was a lot smaller. Like I
Oh.
said, it was like in the South Hall.
Did I miss a link?
Oh, maybe I didn't upload them. That's okay. Let me see.
I was like, I am only seeing PFF memory lane.
Oh no! I mean, in the PFF memory lane, go down to the very bottom, and there's photos that are named FF 2017.
Oh, okay. I was looking for an entirely different folder for some reason. My brain was just like, yeah.
Yeah, no, those are just labeled FanFest because they were that same year as 2017.
Here we go. There we go. Okay.
So, see, this was in a very much smaller space. It was supposed to be more chill. There was an Alienware setup, which was like the biggest setup there. So my family wore Overwatch again, and then my brother's girlfriend, now wife, joined us as Tracer. And we redid photos with King Car Photography. That was, yeah. So, you know, there's Kat. I think that was probably the first time I ever met her wearing the beautiful costume that Liz made. There's Amber Skies. So this was just a much smaller event. Yeah. And I think that video, what's that video labeled as? No, I don't know what that video. Phoenix Comicon 20. Why doesn't it say? I think that's 2017.
I'm like, show me the details. It's 2017. Okay.
So we moved on to 2018. Okay. So this is 2018. They got rid of the badges. It was so controversial because everyone loves to collect badges, right? You can't put this on your wall. It doesn't even say, like, it just says Square Egg, which is the company that owns Phoenix Fan Fusion. Oh, and that's when, oh my gosh, Michael Rooker came right out of a panel and ambushed our picture. Yeah, and he was so cool. So he was such a cool guy. Yeah. Oh, see, and that was me. This is 2018. So 2018.
Those pros and cons.
Yes, I started working with Pros and Cons, kind of being a little bit of like helping them like connect more with like cosplayers, like be kind of like a creative director in some ways. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So that year we had bracelets, which I hated. And I debuted my Chun-Li. So that
I dislocated my thumb and slid it over so that I could take it off and shower every day. Yeah.
Okay. Don't do that. Friendly tip.
My thumb.
Kids that are watching.
Mine does it. Just don't do it if yours doesn't. Yeah.
Just yeah. So yeah, I debuted my Chun-Li that year. Had a lot of fun. 2018. Man, this was like we were climbing up in the cosplay ranks. That was my Moana again, and that's Amber Skies' amazing Taka. I wish that I had seen her.
Hey, it's the Twi'lek crew.
Selfies with the Twi'leks. 2018. And that year my family did Teen Titans. So my sister, I was Starfire, my sister was Raven, her daughter was Tara, so cute. My brother was Slade. So, and we've shot with King Cart Photography for Fangirl Nation. So, yeah. And that was my first shoot with Cortex, and this is like my ultimate favorite photo ever, getting this action shot of like Diva ejecting from the mech. So 2018 was a lot of fun. It was really a high time for cosplay for me. This was a really cool shot that my ex-brother-in-law had gotten. It's one of my favorite shots ever that he got. So.
Oh, look, I forgot. Oh, that's 2019. Never mind. All right. You see nothing.
Do you have anything else to share from 2018?
I can jump into my 2018 folder for Fan Fusion. Let me do that.
I don't even know why I don't have those badges. I'm sure I do because I just cleaned up and collected a bunch of my badges, and I think I still have some. Oh, wait. Is this in this box? I have another box in there. Oh, wait, no, this feels empty. No, it's not in here.
So,
but yeah, here's like all my other like event badges. And then I still have lanyards too. So I can't remember when this. Oh, this one says Phoenix Comicon lanyard. So this is clearly like 2017 or before.
This is the year I did
when they
Bane
changed
again.
it to Phoenix Fan Fest. So that was 2018. Yeah. So you did your and you competed in not
in Thane. I just wore it. This is the last time I wore it before I needed to retire it, because I made it when I wasn't sure about how to work with silicone, and I was having problems with the edges becoming too thick because they were starting to peel because I didn't make them strong enough. So yeah. I still have it because it's really cool.
Watching from YouTube. Hi friends, can't believe PFF is this weekend. Times sneaking with a nat 20. What do you roll the nat 20 for what? Oh. And then there's my Blue Ribbon Army lanyard too. Rah. So 2018. I don't have my 2018 badge, but it's probably somewhere. All right. Now 2019. I don't know where that badge is.
When they changed to Fan Fusion, right? Yeah,
I think so.
It says Phoenix FF. Yeah.
I think 2018 was Fan Fest. And I think 2019
they recycled the name again, and they moved it to Fan Fest, and then they moved to 2019 Fan Fusion. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So 2019 was big for me because well, Thermo and I were supposed to compete together in our Final Fantasy outfits, and I didn't get mine done. Oops. But I did get it done to wear, but by the time we had to enter the contest, I didn't have anything done. So I did manage to get it done to wear. So these are the Sunset Dragon fan art designs of Yoshimbo and Bahamut from Final Fantasy X.
And then it's the first year my brother wore his power armor.
I just love this picture of you like holding his hand. Yeah, that's his first iteration. So he's done several iterations since then to, adjust things and make it easier to wear. Because I know in this one, he had a lot of joint problems because, you're not thinking about the thickness of the foam, right? When it is moving. So he needed a lot of assistance getting dressed and moving around in this, and he's gotten a lot better. And so these are my cute little friends that got us started in cosplay. Just a lot of fun. Like I made that Ariel costume and lent it to her, and then she ended up buying it later. That's Princess Sweet Pea. And that was my first vault suit as well that I made on the fly, and I hated it and sold it. And
this was when we were doing the Iron cosplay, yeah. Yep.
This was a lot of fun, and I would love to do it again with, a little bit more refined rules and stuff. But we had a lot of participation, and I really enjoyed it. That's why I shared this when I found it. It was basically 4 groups. They had 2 hours. It was a 2-hour long period or something like this, where we had all these supplies and they had to make something. We gave them a theme, I think, right? Like Phoenix or something.
Yeah. They had to be a Phoenix. Yeah, they had to be a Phoenix of some kind. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to manage that and judge it and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And that's Sidekick in her Nuka-Cola girl.
Yeah.
And then this was just a casual Disney meetup. Just a lot of I didn't realize I was covering my face there.
You're so funny. And then this one when we did the Fallout group together.
Yeah. So this Power Armor and Vault Dweller duo, they're like a husband and wife team from California. So they're really cool. So you can see Thermo's mom is Nikki Valentine, so gender bend of Nick Valentine. You are Ruby. What was it called?
Workshop Ruby, but maybe I've been replaced by a synth because I'm wearing an Institute logo. Who knows?
And then Sidekick had found this amazing handmade Nuka-Cola girl online and bought it secondhand. So that was really, really cool. Yeah. Oh, and then that's 2019. Yes, we are talking about 2019. So 2019, I had already entered, I was already an entrant in the masquerade because of Thermo. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just enter Moana. And I'm not a competitor. I was only doing it because I was joining Thermo, but I was like, oh, I'm already entered anyway. So I entered in Journeyman, and I got second place. That was really cool. Productions helped me choreograph my little thing. So.
Oh, now, this is too far in the future. Hang on,
too far in the future. Now, 2020 is when actually Cost Talk Live started because they had shut everything down. We were actively.
I have some photos to share for 2019. I can do that real fast. I'll just share.
So we were actively rehearsing for a skit that we wanted to put on for WonderCon. That was happening April, and so then they had in March, they had shut everything down. So we knew like Phoenix Fan Fusion wasn't happening. Nothing was happening in 2020. So this is Thermo on stage. You did Masters, right, with Yoshimbo?
Journeyman, I think.
No, I think you did Masters.
Did I do Masters?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, this is right. This is before I realized I didn't have any Journeyman places, and a judge told me, "Hey, why are you still entering? Why are you entering Masters when you've never placed Journeyman?" And I was like, "I don't know," because someone told me I was supposed to. They're like, "No, you should go back to where you're gonna." Then I can also share photos of our Fallout group as a whole together because that was cool.
Yeah, so 2019 was a lot of fun for a lot of people. Nobody had any idea what was going to happen next. I love these photos too. They like the glow really helped make it look very apocalyptic in such a city-looking
I feel like
area.
we were somewhere like the Brotherhood of Steel, or someone kidnapped us. One of the many groups.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They're gonna break in.
So these are all by King Cart Photography. Lena looks so cute as like a blonde with her red lipstick.
I know.
So cute.
Look at you.
Yeah. I just came out of the vault because I don't like to get dirty. So I was like a brand new vault. I was like Lucy from the Fallout show.
Before all the bad stuff happened.
Yeah. Before all the blood and
cannibalism
and stuff.
That's
yeah, so 2020 we started Cost Talk Live. Did not know what we wanted to do with it.
Hang on. I just found a whole bunch of real fast before you jump. Look, girl, I found them all. All the photos you were probably looking for, I found them. All of our group photos when we were.
What folder is this in? Phoenix PHF.
Oh, this is on my computer.
Oh, okay.
This is on my computer. But I found like when we did our panels and when I was sitting there wondering what happened on stage, and then I found that my shoe had actually cracked in half. That was fun.
Yeah. And then we did some Final Fantasy group shoots.
Yeah.
I have that same picture with the things on the lampshade with our name tags on the lampshade.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, that was what we did. The Iron cosplay thing. I think they gave us name tags.
Yeah, they did. They did. But yeah, we that was when she did her Venom first too. Oh my gosh.
Sidekick did her Venom.
Look at this. Look at all these cool photos. There's so many. I apparently took a bunch of videos too, so I'll have to share stuff with you at some point. Because I did not realize I had to. Sometimes you just don't know what you have.
Oh yeah, I try and go through and like thin them out every so often because then I'm like, whoa, I have a lot of space. I've used up a lot of space on my hard drive. So yeah. So
okay, I'll let you go now. I'm so sorry.
No problem. No. So quickly through 2020 and 2021, that we were like hyped, like we were gonna compete at WonderCon. We had all these like cosplay plans, and then the world just shut down. So we just started doing Cost Talk because we couldn't even see each other in person. And we went through a couple different iterations. Like we tried Zoom, we tried Discord, we tried OBS, and you found StreamYard, and we've stuck with it for forever.
Because I work in education, and they were offering it for people because schools weren't hosting students, so they said, hey, here's a solution.
Yeah, it was so cool. So we did that for a while. And then, 2021 came, we were still kind of going. And only recently have we really kind of sat down and tried to be like, okay, what do we really want to do with Cost Talk Live? So it's gone through several different iterations. But when Phoenix Fan Fusion 2022 came along, dun, 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 dun,
I'll share
2022. That's focusing. We went out with a bang. I was like ready to hit the ground running with Cost Talk Live. So I partnered up with my friend Kevin Hornsby, and he had a sponsor, iFootage, that they were using their materials for. We connected with with Mary, who was the cosplay coordinator at the time, and Joe, the VP, and they were like, we would love to have you in. So we
stole my couch and my chairs and my table and brought them in.
Yeah, so we took a corner of the cosplay lounge, and we were just filming there every day. We had people come take photos and interviews, and it was exhausting. It was so exhausting. It was a lot of fun, but so exhausting. So there you can see CTL crew. I know these are kind of out of order. And then that was also the same year that I hosted the masquerade with Chris. And it was a lot of fun. Thermo, you were a judge for the masquerade. That was so much fun. I had so much fun with Chris, and it was a blast. What else do we have in there? Okay, so there's the team, like that. Those guys were helping us film. It was really helpful to have like a film crew. It just isn't like sustainable for us because we're just doing it as a hobby, right? But yeah, we had our little corner set up. I had made that backdrop. Me and Liz had made it the night before. So what was it, Thursday night, that we were sitting in the trying to get everything set up. Oh my God, it was exhausting. It was fun. It was a great time, but that really put us in perspective of like how much energy are we really putting into events and we're not enjoying
to make it happen.
It was fun, but afterwards we were totally burnt out. And so you can see good old Arizona still doesn't know how to figure out lines and, you know, dealing with the heat. But the lounge was so cool because I got to see so many really cool cosplays. People wanted to come and sit down and talk. So this did help us with some ideas for the future. You know, we just had people come in through the lounge. Oh, why is that sideways?
I know, but it is.
This Cloud and Aerith, they were a couple actually. They're married, and actually Aerith was pregnant at the time, so it was really cute. You know, it was just awesome to like see this other side of cosplayers. So yeah, and so this video was taken by Insomnimat, and it is me introducing Thermo as a judge.
She's also my co-host on Crosstalk Live, so I love her very much. Again for her.
So 2022 was good. Like we all came out. I know I came out with a bang, trying to like hit the ground running, going back into cosplay really hardcore. And then when 2023 came around, I thought we were just going to keep going. So here's 2023 event badge. And this is like iridescent. I don't know if you can see it. This was made by no art name either, but and then this is the second year that I hosted, and Thermo was a judge again. Oh, I actually have I have a full event, but I also have my guest badge. Where did that go? I was also a cosplay guest that year. So that was like the first time I'd ever guested. And it was a lot of fun. It was exhausting. Thermo was my guest number 2. So I had a table.
I was running support.
Yeah, it was a very interesting experience. But yeah, definitely draining and exhausting. So there's me and Chris backstage. We were like tired. We were on it the whole time. I would say that having a booth was not the best experience as a cosplayer, mostly because I feel that like if cosplayers are going to be guests, they should be able to like bring in ticket sales and whatever. And I honestly could not bring in ticket sales, but I'm not going to say no to someone who invites me as a guest. So the best part that I loved about it was people coming by to see me. Like everyone came by to see me. People were like, even I came by to see you, but you were busy. And I was like at a panel or whatever. So there's Hopeless came by. Oh, and we stayed at the hotel. I don't know. It was just such a fun time. All of us just getting ready.
I forgot you guys took a photo when I was still trying to put my head on.
Yeah, because you were doing Cassandra.
No. This is when I was doing Serafina.
Yes, Serafina
from Dungeons and Dragons before I became actually bald. So yeah.
Yes. So you balded yourself,
time.
Which now I can't think of what that even looks like because you're bald all the time now.
I know.
So yeah, so friends coming to see me, the Brian from Earth. That was the best part of having the booth. And of course, it was also a nice place to have a centralized location for like us and Cost Talk Live.
Yeah.
2023, that's the crowd. It was always like that.
It was
so
busy
crowded.
that year. Oh, that was when we were setting up. That was setup day.
That was the night before setup. Yeah, that was the night before. So we went and they helped me set up my booth. We did an Encanto group as well. So I did.
She styled my wig because I did not know how to do that.
My wig is actually an old Moana wig. So yeah, and then Sidekick actually was playing my mom, which was so funny. Hadn't even thought of it.
Oh, there's more shots of the That was 2017. Oh, that's the end of the journey. What?
Yeah,
what?
I couldn't find any 2024 pictures.
I think I've got some. Hang on. Let me grab this. Let me go to my.
I was so exhausted by the time 2024 came around. Oh, I remember why. Because I had that was when so 2023 I had encouraged the Final Fantasy cosplay fan group to become an official cosplay group. So I was guiding them through their first like major booth at Phoenix Fan Fusion. So
Look, this is the most important photo from 2024. Okay, Jinx saved my life. Share the photo. Share there.
oh, I'm like, what?
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She styled my wig. I didn't know how to get it that way, and she's like, "I got you." And I'm like, "It's amazing."
Yeah. And we stayed at the AC Marriott. So this is when we first started to realize that like we need to take it easy because it was just you and me in the AC because nobody uses the AC because it's not an official con hotel. It's a newer one. It is smaller, but we love it because it's right by the exhibitor entrance too. So we were staying at the AC. I was only really doing like panels. I was part of the Final Fantasy cosplay group booth, so I was helping them with like their arts and crafts and stuff. And then I was helping with the brand new skit contest. I think you were still judging, right?
Probably.
You were
I was
still
still,
judging
no, I was still
wrestling.
judging. Yeah, because I judged for 4 or 5 years.
And then you also were hosting and managing the youth contest with Amber Skies. That one was pretty. Yeah, that one was really pretty.
I still have it. I just want to change the headpiece because it was really uncomfortable to wear. And then the top has to be completely removed because I've lost so much weight that it doesn't even stay closed. And I got to remove the sleeves and make them smaller too. But the skirt works. So I've got enough
really
to,
good.
yeah, I've got enough to replace it in lower things.
Yay. How fun. I felt like this one was more fun, right? Because we weren't, I felt it was more fun because we weren't as busy. I was tired, but.
I was pretty busy. I had a lot of panels that year. Last year
I didn't have as many.
But this is hilarious. Okay, I almost tripped again. You remember here how I almost pulled another thing where I nearly fell? And it was one of you, I think it was Lena that maybe saved me, but I almost fell over.
I think that was during Sabo or something because you were wearing Nurse Joy.
Yeah, but I was saying it almost happened again at Fan Fusion. Yeah. And I was wearing tennis shoes.
Yeah, I know because I was Storm here. This is the end of the day because I taken off my heels and I'm like, whatever, I'm wearing sneakers. You look so regal.
She got like the funniest.
There's Cuppy in her Hello Kitty bucket. Nice. You look very suspicious there.
I was so tired here, and I was trying to read from the paper, and they had taken the paper I'd written on, okay, that was super clean and legible, and gave me another paper, and the Sharpie had bled in 2 areas, and I was freaking out because I could not read what it was saying, and I was having a panic attack, and my head hurt from the Leku, and I was right here in my head going, oh, I'm going to mispronounce this, but I
this is probably
have to
like
say who it is.
10 o'clock at night, so you've been wearing
It was 11, it was like 11:30. Yeah, I was so tired.
So many just random group photos.
Yeah, I think that's all I got. But yeah, it was good to get to see people. That's what I'm looking forward to. The fact that I'm only doing 3 panels, right, and then the kids contest. So, and the great thing is, it used to be because I was judging Saturday, all of my panels would be on Friday, right, or on Sunday, and so my Saturday was in the morning. I'd have to get there at like 9:30 and make sure that like everything was set up and ready to judge, and then we judge until I think, was it 12 or 12:30, and then we left and we came back by 5 to start judging again until 8, and then from 8 to between 11 and midnight it would be judging the performances and or their walk-ons, because when you're a judge, if they walk on and something breaks on their costume, you have to see them on stage to see, okay, when they're judging, because there's things when you're judging, sometimes people can like safety pin or do something and it stays, but then when they're walking and doing things, it will come apart. So that's also a part of like the craftsman thing. So it was hours, it was a lot of work, and it took so much time. And then I also did like 3 panels and then a contest. So this year,
and it's hard because you have to give time in between, like finishing your panel and then going somewhere. You had to find time to eat, and then if you only had 30 minutes to walk around, you're like, I'm not gonna walk around, I'm not gonna go look around, you know. So
I had one year that I left because the food places were actually running out of food and things and inside the coaches center. So I left, I got food, I came back, and there was some sort of problem with security. I think 2 or 3 of the metal detectors had gone down, and it had just cut the lines, right? And I was freaking out because I had 10 minutes to be in the and the time of day I didn't expect it to have bad lines, but it was because of what had happened with security. But I had 10 minutes to get into the judging room, and so this I'm freaking out. The security guard hears me talking about, oh my god, I'm never going to make it to the judging room in time, and I got to judge. There's like, we ended up having a lot more people not show up in the initial, like we're going to have so many people to judge. And he's like, yo, can you just show me your badge? And it was when I still had exhibitor badges. And he's like, I got you. Took me around the side entrance. I'm like, security man, you're amazing. I wish I'd gotten his name so I could shout him out, but thank you.
And that's the thing, is like around the convention center, there's a ton of places to eat, so you don't have to eat on the convention center. But because security can be such a wild card, it can be such a pain. Like, people don't want to. Like, I want to do it more, but we have to make sure that we have enough time, that we can come back on time. So this year, like Thermo said, I'm just following Thermo. I honestly was like, I don't want to commit to anything. Like, hey, if you need me, I'll be there. So I'm doing whatever Thermo's doing. I haven't even confirmed like my outfits yet, and I can't stay. I always stay at the hotel because it's just convenient. I live in the East Valley, but because my sister's on honeymoon and I'm looking after my niece, so I'm gonna bring her and her friends on Friday, so I'll be driving in. My cosplays are gonna be really easy and simple. I decided I am gonna make Psylocke, because that's easy. I can make Psylocke. I'll probably wear her on Saturday.
I still want you to do something from Dragon Age Veilguard. I still think you'd make amazing Balara.
Maybe for Uwu, because Balara would be okay to move around in.
Whatever. Oof.
Who?
I could only do that. No, Dreadwolf is not easy to move around. You know what though? I could do. There is a fan version of him where he's got like a muscle chest and he's just wearing the little like the over vest. I could just buy like the drag vest for men and just be like, I'm naked.
Maybe you could wear it for half the day. Maybe you don't have to wear it like the whole day. But like,
maybe I could do it on Saturday, like before we host the showcases.
Yeah, because I could wear Balara and move around in that. That's a pretty easy one to move around. Otherwise, there's like tons of other outfits. But yeah, I'm thinking like the next big cosplays I'm planning are not going to be a convention outfit. Like, they're just going to have to be photo shoot outfits, because I just get too tired now at conventions. And there's less and less that I want to go to. Oops. Unless we go out of town. Like, WonderCon definitely has to be like the yearly thing for me. But we've gone way over time. Not way over, but we usually, end a little bit early. But so guys, if you are going to be at Phoenix Fan Fusion, Thermo is probably you're gonna share your panels on your page, or
I put it on Instagram already.
Yeah, and then we can put it on the Cost Talk one as well. So Friday is
I can copy them right now. So I can do this. Okay, so okay, wait. I have it in my phone. I can tell you guys when it is, what day, what time, what room. Let me grab this right now, and then that way we're not here too long, because I save everything on my calendar.
Friday at...
Oh, I can type it if you want me to.
Okay.
Yeah, be easy. So I'm going to do Friday. We're going to do sewing, or tips and tricks for sewing noobs, I think is what we called it.
Friday, June 6th at 4:30
p.m. And it is in, let me see what room it's in. What? I didn't see. Oh, north. Wait, is that 2:30? North 2:30. And oh, it didn't save the okay, let me type in the Friday again. Friday, June. Oh my gosh. There's that. Should post to all of them. And then Saturday, did it post? Is it okay? Did it freak out?
No, it's fine. It's good.
Okay. And then Saturday, June 7th, we've got the SFX demo Ghoul Fallout. And that is going to be...
I can tape for you guys too.
So I'm going to be putting the, I'm connecting my phone to the projector, so it projects and they can see, it's going to be facing the model. And that way they can see the whole process live while it's connected to the projector.
I can probably do some
in that room.
Instagram live then.
That'd be awesome, actually. And then our big one, Retro Anime, you would not think it's that big, but it is always full. If you plan to go to this, get there soon. They did thankfully give us a much bigger room this year because usually we fill the space. The last 2 years, they've had to make people leave because they were flowing out the doors. The doors were staying open. It was hard for us to talk. There were people lining the walls, sitting on the floor, and you can't do that at the convention center. So they were getting kicked out. It was really sad. So I think they gave us a 400-person room this year. It's a ballroom. It's 132 A, B, and C. So maybe it won't fill up this year. That would be awesome.
Okay.
All I can tell you is I spent 4.5 hours yesterday obtaining clips from 1971 to 2004. Okay.
All right.
4.5 hours. They're all on my phone.
You have to watch them too, so that's a pain.
Well, yeah, because sometimes people will sneak stuff into things, so I had to watch every single one. And then on Sunday we're doing the kids contest. So let me put that in there. June 8th. I think it's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Is the kids contest. Sign-ups are 12 to 1, and then contest is 1 to 2. And that would be in, I think that one's also, 232 ABC. There you go.
Awesome. So guys, we'd love to see you at all our events. Or if you just see us in the halls, come say hi, take a selfie. We're gonna try and make ourselves. I'm gonna definitely try and make ourselves more available to have fun and like see people. And because before I can remember, it was just so busy. We were just like ships passing in the night. Like I could not hang out with anybody. But now we try and make time to go and have like a dinner night with our friends and like spend more time doing things that we enjoy. So thank you guys so much for joining us for Jinx Unstitched and my very, very special guest, Thermo Cosplay, for taking this this walk down memory lane for Phoenix Cactus Comicon, Fan Fest, Fan Fusion, Fan blah, 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 all the things. So
all future iterations.
Yeah, all the things. So get your rest, stay healthy, drink your elderberry, don't con crunch, and then you can find me at my socials are at the Jinx Cosplay, and Thermo is
Thermo AZ or Thermo_AZ on Instagram.
And then also you can find us Cost Talk Live. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, sponsored by Age of Radio. So they do really awesome stuff with podcasts, and we have awesome shows like Cosmom and Amber Bright Creates and Thermo Gaming. So check us out. I will be posting an updated schedule soon because we don't have a regular, it's not like every Sunday anymore. So we do have different schedules, and we have lots of cool content. We always love to hear from you guys. So we will see you at Phoenix Fan Fusion, June 6th through June 8th.
Bye, everyone.